So Mohammed asked, hey guys, I was about to buy a multi-tiered syndication network for a YouTube channel with no money site or anything, just the channel. But I saw your SEO Shield sale. Would a Shield be better for a YouTube channel? I'm leaning towards yes because of the entity building. You know, that's a really good question, Mohammed. That's part of the reason I wanted to answer this. Because, you know, the multi-tiered syndication networks work great for YouTube SEO because it helps to provide all the really good signals that it needs for a new video, especially when they're seasoned, that the networks and the multi-tiered syndication network are seasoned and they've, aged a little bit, have relevant content on them. And then obviously if you link build to them, they do a lot, most of the heavy lifting as far as SEO is concerned for YouTube stuff. But I've never done an actual SEO Shield specifically to a YouTube channel. And here's why, because usually the YouTube channel is part of an overall entity, right? So it's just part. So the YouTube channel gets included in the SEO Shield build out because it's part of an overall entity. But I've never actually just had a SEO Shield built specifically to a YouTube channel. So I haven't tested that, to be honest with you. I'm curious as to what Marco thinks, whether that would work or not, or what his opinion of it is. But in my, I would say try it. I know the multi-tiered syndication networks work, but I can only assume that the SEO Shields would work, but I haven't tested, and I just have to be real clear about that. But it's a good question. What do you think, Marco?
It's not something that I've tested, but it shouldn't be any different than anything else that we build, and let's call it an entity around. But it's actually an entity validator. What you're looking for is to validate your channel. So let's say that instead of your blogging point or your point of syndication being your money site or a free one of the free blogs, right? The Tumblr, the Blogger, wherever it is that you choose to blog from, you choose to blog from, or in this case, vlog from YouTube. Building up your entity shouldn't be any different. Now, the whole thing around this is how do you approach it? Because when you're building schema, you can't build it on the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel it's pre-done for you. Everything is done. You could add your other profiles and still interlink everything through the syndication network, tie in your second tier syndication, and build it up that way. But there would have to be a focal point somewhere else for that entity. And I mean,
you do that with an ID page, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could build the ad ID page, but the ad ID, this is where we go to. Okay, so where's the ad ID going? Is the YouTube channel then going to be also the ad ID? Gotcha. And how do we get the schema worked into the YouTube channel? I mean, this is a test in the making. And one of the things why we went with the Heavy Hitter Club is because we want to test these types of things. So this is a great test in the making. And as a matter of fact, I already wrote it down on my notes of things to do for the Heavy Hitter Club. Is to start a YouTube video, see how we can work the entity around it. I mean, there's no reason why it can't be an S3 and why we can't tag it from there, right? Use the ad ID. And yeah, now I have to kind of figure out, and I'm not going to do this in a free forum, figure out how I'm going to build this entity around this YouTube channel when it's something that Google controls and I can't get into the schema. Maybe we can force schema somehow. I don't know. It involves a whole lot of things. But Mohammed, definitely heavy hitter. If you're not in there already, you should be. And it's a test in the making, and I'll make sure to set it up.
Yeah, and think about that. And I'm kind of thinking through this too, but because I think it would be a great test to use YouTube channel as the primary entity asset, and then try to build that out and see what we could do with it. But one thing I know that you could do with the ID page, for example, is like YouTube silos, and then you embed the playlist. That could really help too for pushing power into the YouTube channel through the ID page too. So that would be a really good test. That's something that's the Heavy Hitter Club was made for, so that's awesome. Mohammed, will hopefully you're going to join the Heavy Hitter Club anyways, and then you can see that test when it gets set up. But I think that's certainly worth a good test. And if you happen to do so, Mohammed, let us know how it goes. Okay.